Alright, yo, what's going on, guys? Today's video is going to be it's gonna be a pretty important one. This is kind of like a video to start off the year, as far as if you're trading prop firms, if you're getting into trading, if you've been trading and not finding success, all things like that. Um, so I want to first start by going over kind of my trading plan. I know this video is like 6 days late into the new year or whatever, but I still think it's appropriate to kind of come out and give you guys some more info on what, a profitable trader like me kind of has in store for, this year and, my plan to execute and stuff. And I'm also going to be revealing, my two simple strategies. They've been tested with over a 75% win rate. It's been up to 85, it's been up to 90 some months. And that's the type of stuff that's kind of out of our control. How well it's going to perform, but it's never been under, a 70 to 75% win rate, which is very big. It's huge. So yeah, my trading plan. What do I expect myself to accomplish this year, and how am I going to do so? Right. So we'll jump into trading plan. So first, I just want to say I see myself taking off this year. Like last year was great. Things really started to pick up like halfway through of 2025, and it kind of just gave me a glimpse of what my life is going to be, and that's how I like to think of it. I like to think, I think ahead, right? You don't live in the past, you live in the future and what is coming for yourself in a positive way, right? All right, so I trade prop firms, right? I don't have a live account right now. In the future, maybe next year. It's definitely something I want to get into, but for the time being, I'm trading prop firms. It's more than enough for me, and it would be the same for you as well. So, first step, right? Maybe you don't even know what a prop firm is. I'll start by saying prop firms. You pay a small fee, right? And then you get evaluated. If you pass the evaluation, you basically get account with fake capital to then make real money. And there's all kinds of profit splits, but normally it's from like 80% to some even have like 100% for like the first 10K profit you make or something like that. But yeah, there's so many prop firms. I'm gonna list the ones that I use, who I trust, things like that, and it kind of goes along the lines of allocate. You want to allocate as many prop firms as possible, which just means, bring in as much fake capital as you can to be able to trade with. And normally, accounts have like 5 max accounts, 3, 5, or like 20 or something like that. So in this section, I'm going to put my top prop firms, not in order. We have Tradeify, Apex, TopStep, MyFund Futures, and then TopStep. It's been going downhill a little bit for them, not gonna lie. But yeah, you can get 5. You can get 5 accounts with them. With Tradeify, great firm. You can get 20 with Apex. MyFund Futures is also 5 accounts. TopStep is also 5 accounts. So if we do the math here, right? 20, 5, 5, 5. That's 35 accounts from just these right here, right? Now what that means is, if we do the math, say if you're max allocated on, all these accounts, right? And you choose 50K accounts. That's going to give you 1.7 million in fake capital to trade with, right? That's crazy. Now, what can you do with that? You can aim for 2% a month and be making well over 5 figures, right? Just the more accounts you obtain, not only the easier will it be to make money, but honestly, the less stress-free it's going to be, right? You don't have to worry about making, I got to make $2,000 a day if I only have one account to kind of get myself floating in profit. If I make $500 on copy trading all these accounts, I'm going to make so much money. You just do the math. 500 times 35 accounts. That for one day, that's crazy. But like even right now, I have halfway through Apex. I got like 10 Apexes myself. Tradify I have 5. My Fun Futures I have 2. Top Step I have 2. So I'm getting there, right? What is that? 5, 15, 19. So I have 19 accounts altogether, right? So I'm finding myself, making good money. But I see there's so much room for potential, and that's kind of where my head is at right now, right? I never want to stop. I always want to, never want to be comfortable with where I am. And that's the type of mindset you got to have in order to, become successful. So yeah, there you go. This is number one. This is a big one. I'll move into the next type of advice tip I can give you. That's finding a plan that works for you, right? And I'll kind of go over my plan. Again, this is kind of like the boring part of the video. I get that, but finding a plan. It took me a year, actually over a year, to find a plan that worked for me. That's a long time, and it could have been shortened by, a lot. But yeah, I screwed myself over. I was like, again, you're gonna hear a lot if you're new to trading, if you're trading for a year, whatever. It's the psychology part that it'll really mess you up, and it took me a long time to realize that. So a plan that works for me. I'm gonna go over my plan. You can take my plan. You can use another plan. Doesn't matter. But so times to trade, right? I wake up around 8:30, whatever, right? I'm gonna go through my full plan with you guys. I wake up at 8:30, right? It gives me an hour before the market opens. I do my routine, shower, my face routine, whatever type of routine you guys have in the morning. You eat breakfast, whatever. I get on the charts around 9:15 every single day, unless there's 9:45 news. Then I'll just maybe analyze a little, and then I won't actually get on the charts till that news happens. But this is a regular day basis. I'm only trading right from 9:30 to 11, sometimes 11:30. If the market is like super slow, or I'm waiting for like a news event or something, it varies. But this is it. I'm trading for not even 2 hours a day, right? Before, I was on the charts from 9:30 to 2 in the afternoon. Like, it's not needed. You don't need a lot of time on the charts to make a lot of money. Now, regardless, I know if you're getting into it, screen time is great. But as you find yourself getting further down the road and further down the wormhole, it's going to become harder the more time you're on the charts. And like I said, you're going to realize that, it's okay, right? I mean, every trader goes through it. I'm just trying to kind of like expedite that process for you to really realize what it takes to become a profitable trader. So that's my trading plan. Now with the plan, obviously there's a strategy, which I will be going over in the video as well. And yeah, the psychology part, let's hop into that. I'm going to keep it super simple because it really is as simple as I'm going to, make it seem, right? That's all you have to do. You make the plan, you prove to yourself it works, which this plan does work. And all the profitable traders that I know use a plan like this. If not, it's exactly the same. Follow your plan. That's it. Don't break your rules. And follow your plan. That's literally all you have to do. If I follow this trading plan with my strategies that I've proven to myself to be extremely profitable, why would I break my rules? Why would I self-sabotage myself day in and day out when I know this works? It doesn't make sense to do that to yourself. You're just making it harder. You're dragging the process rather than enjoying it and, seeing yourself, expand and grow as a person, on the charts and off the charts. Why sabotage yourself? Just think to yourself. And I know it's so easy, said rather than being done. But if you do this for a week, you're gonna realize, and it's gonna become 2 weeks. It's gonna become a month, 5 months, and then you're gonna be doing this for a year. And when that time period comes, you're gonna see yourself just take off. you know, and that's what I'm trying to implement this year as well. I'm following the same plan that I used last year, and I proved to myself in the last half of 2025 it worked. Why am I going to change it going to 2026? I'm not. I'm going to follow it down to the T for the whole year. I'm going to see where I'm at the end of the year, right? It's a process. It's not going to be done overnight. If you do it, like I said, if you follow this for a week, you're going to follow it for a year. It's that simple. So yeah, maybe screenshot this, or do whatever you got to do, right? But this is it. This is the formula. You allocate prop firms, find a plan, follow that plan. That's it, along with the strategy. Now we can get into the strategy, and I have a live example from today. We'll go over it. So for the strategies, I have two. One of them, it's called the mechanical model. The second one is the continuation. Both of these models, again, they've been proven statistically. I've made other videos of backtesting and whatnot. The win rate is, amazing. I'm going to put, for the win rate, 70 to, I'm going to say 85 confidently. Win rate. That's a great win rate to have. If you follow these rules, there's no way you are ever not going to be profitable. So yeah. The first model, we'll call it the mech model. I learned this from my mentors when I was like a year and a half ago still learning, right? I was able to, fortunately, watch them do it live. I studied myself. I would check back in with them later on in the day, later in the week, to see how they traded. I would then not compare myself, but almost, analyze what I did and then what they did. And then I'd keep implementing more and more, more and more things that I learned I would implement until I perfected it. And, that's what I'm hoping you guys can do with, these strategies. So the mech model, right? I'm going to put it in words and I'm going to show you. Always have to find your draw on liquidity, right? Your significant targets, so session highs and lows. I'll do it like this. Session highs, session lows. Then we're going to do, we'll do 4 hour and 1 hour fair value gaps. Huge, very good levels, very good draws on liquidity. Intermediate lows and intermediate highs. Now this might sound like, complete nonsense to you or whatever. I'm going to explain it. These are the main things, right? So you're going to find your draw on liquidity. Second step. Once I find my draw on liquidity, I'm going to align my daily bias to it. And now my bias, when I say daily bias, you never want to be, married or just stuck to your bias for the day. You want to be able to adapt to what the market is showing you, because after all, you're reacting. You don't want to predict, right? You're always going to get caught hesitant if you're predicting. You want to react and trust yourself. And that's how you're going to see yourself prosper in trading down the road. So you're going to align your high time frame bias. And it's as simple as that. After that, you're going to, wait to see some structure or whatever, yada, yada. And then, again, once I actually explain to you the model, it's going to be much easier, to look at and actually understand. But you're going to drop down to the lower time frames, such as like the 1 to the 5 minute, sometimes the 15 minute. And then you're going to wait for one side of the range to be taken. So say we're trading up, right? London highs, boom, taken. That was my manipulation move I wanted to see before going lower, right? So now that London highs has been taken, I'm good to short. I want to see the model form. So say draw on liquidity gets taken, right? Okay, now I'm looking for shorts. And then you want to wait for that significant, session high, London high to be taken, boom. I'm going to look for the highest time frame inversion. I trade inversion fair value gaps. Look for the highest time frame inversion going to the downside, because we just took the London high, right? So now I'm good with shorting. So I'm going to look for the highest time frame inversion to the downside, and I'm targeting either London lows or just a session low. I'm targeting intermediate lows, intermediate highs. I'm targeting 15-minute fair value gaps, 5-minute fair value gaps. And again, I'm going to show it to you. It's not going to make sense a whole lot right now. We had a MEC model today. I'm going to jump right into it. And I'm going to explain to you what I was looking for today. So really quick, I actually made a recap on this earlier. So if you want to pause this, go watch that, come back to this. That's fine too. Or you can I'm basically making another recap for you guys. So look, 50-minute time frame, right? Or actually, we'll jump to the 1 hour. Overnight, we hit this fair value gap. This is a 1 hour fair value gap. It's been hit 1, 2, 3 times. We've respected this level. Why would we go lower if we've already hit this, high time frame PD array, right? It wouldn't make sense. So I'm bullish coming into the morning. And as we can see, coming to market open, right, which we still are looking bullish. We came down again. We hit this 30-minute pre-market right here. We're respecting it. We respected it 2 times with this huge flip of the candle on the 30-minute. That's huge. So now I'm 110% sure London is going to get hit off of open. So that's fine. I don't need to look for a trade right away, right? What do we do at open? We take out London highs. Boom. Okay. But when I'm looking higher time frame, we still have this high and this daily gap way up here that I want to see get hit, that I'm targeting for the day. I don't want to see us go lower. Even though London was taken, I don't want to see us go lower because we have this significant high just waiting. So watch. We zoom in, we go down, right, to the 1 minute time frame. We take London, then we kind of chop, right? I'm still not looking for anything. I see this 5-minute form. Okay, boom. Look at this. This is a continuation model. This isn't a MEC model. I know I just went over the MEC model, but this is a live example of the continuation model. We hit London. I'm still waiting for this high to get taken. We form this 5-minute gap right here, this 5-minute. Zoom down to the 1 minute. I'm waiting for us to come into this and tap it, right? We also had an SMT. So what that means is ES did not take this low right here. Or actually, it was this low, sorry. ES did not take this low. NQ did. Now what that means is there's now an SMT, there's a divergence in price. So I can expect NQ to be sent higher now since ES does not really have any interest in taking this low. While this move to the downside happens, right, we form this 1 minute fair value gap. As I said, I trade inversions. I'm now just looking for this gap to be inversed, and I'm in. Enter here, stop at the low, targeting this buy side level up here, and boom, that's it. This is a continuation model. It's a continuation model because when you look again, I'm waiting for this high to get taken. So I want a little pullback to then continue up to this high. That's why it's a continuation model. If that makes sense, right? So boom, that was a continuation model. So again, I'm not really going to go into this model because I just showed it live. But yeah. But now the MEC model, I don't think we had a MEC model today. I'm going to see if I can find one quick. I forgot, what's today? Tuesday. So yesterday I'm pretty sure yesterday, I got break even. I was break even yesterday. But let's see if I can find it. If I can't, it's okay. I'll show you another one, but I know I posted a recap recently. January 2nd. see if there's one in here. Sorry. I think there was a really nice one here. No, I guess not. Anyways, for the mech model, I explain all of my trades that I take live on my YouTube. I made recaps, and recently, there's been a lot of mech models, so just go watch those, and then take this right here, and just kind of like think of it as you're watching the video. But yeah, that's the mech model, right? And then the continuation model was this right here, what I just explained. And yeah, I really want to go over a. I'm gonna find one for you guys. Just bear with me for one second. But the mech model is definitely like I said, the win rate is just it's crazy. Mech model specifically. December 22nd. No, that was a continuation. Here we go. All right, boom. December 19th. Let's go to December 19th. I think we're going to have to go back onto this contract. All right, let's see if we can find it really quick. Or was it not? No, when did contracts roll over? Okay. All right. Right here. So I'm gonna go over this live for you really quick. We see we have London highs, right? You mark out your session highs. I apologize for the wait as well. Just want to make sure. Yeah, this should be it. So my bias for this day was I was truly bearish. So boom, coming into open, we take out London highs. We take out previous day highs as well. But if we look, we also have the day before that high of day was also not taken yet, right? So I'm basically just kind of waiting for all of these highs to get taken. Once they're taken, then I can, look for my model and all that stuff. So let's see. It was a resweep. We had a resweep here. And I know it happened around like 9:45, I think. Let me see. All right, boom, resweep. This 1 minute inversion would be the play, right? So bear with me. We took out session highs. Now I'm good to look for shorts. If I go to the 15-minute time frame, we can mark out this 15-minute because these are great targets, remember. It was a very small trade, kind of conservative, but this is overall the model. You put your stop at the high, or wherever there is a one, you get a minimum 1-to-1 risk to reward, right? You take your inverse here, and you'd be targeting the 15-minute, just like that. So the mech model, right? Again, the mech model is a reversal strategy rather than a continuation, which is continuing to the draw on liquidity. You're taking a reversal off of, your significant draw on liquidity. If that makes sense. So again, we swept London, we swept previous day high. We had a resweep right here. And there was, if I remember correctly, there was also an SMT with ES. So again, a huge conviction. This is an A+ setup to me, right? Regardless of how small the trade was, this is always going to be a hard leg to trade against, right? We moved up this much, right? You don't know what the market is going to do, but I can guarantee myself we're going to go down to hit this 15-minute gap, right? The higher time frame gap in the leg, which we did. And I forgot what we did after this. So we did continue down even more, right? But again, I'm not going to predict. I'm just going to react to what's given. So that's the mech model. I know it was a little difficult to see. I'm sorry it took so long to find. But overall, that is the model that I trade. The two models that I trade, they brought me significant profits, results, anything. And now that I know, how to trade, my plan, all I want to do is help others. So that leads me to say, I have my own mentorship where I teach you. There's so much value in there. You can get one-on-one calls with me. I can trade live to you if you request, if you want that, to learn, not to copy trade. I mean, you can copy trade if you want, but honestly, you're not going to really learn from that. It's all about learning and implementing, and my mentorship will have that. And the price, it's nowhere near what these other traders, and not that they're trying to scam you, but people are charging multiple thousands to mentor you. I'm not doing that. I'm going to leave the link below. You can check it out. And also, I forgot to mention, because I kind of wanted to say something else. I think the number one firm right now is Alpha Futures. They are extremely solid. Their rules are awesome. There's like a $15,000 payout cap. Never been denied a payout with them. And right now, I am max allocated with them, and I'm actually due to take a payout. Should be next week. Sorry, I don't know. It could be maybe even this week. Yeah, I've never been denied a payout with them. They're extremely solid, all-around company, and I've been grateful that they have given me. I can use a link to give to you guys if you want accounts with them. And I'm gonna leave that down below too. So there's gonna be two links: the mentorship link, you can check that out, and then the Alpha Futures link if you want to grab some accounts. Great prices as well they have. So that's gonna be it for this video. I know it was a long one. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I was trying to find the trade to show you guys, but I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you can continue learning with me if you really do want to make this trading thing work. I'm telling you, check out the link. You can DM me, you can comment if you want more info on it, but it will not let you down, I promise. So that's going to be it for this video. I really wanted to make this video for a while now. And I thought, what better time to do it than the new year, right? So, that's going to be it for this. Hopefully I can see you guys in the mentorship. I can't wait to talk to some of you guys and, teach you, what I know. So, peace out, guys. I will see you soon for the next trade recap video. Have a good one.